Well, Tham and Ernest with me in the studio. Welcome back to you. And let's go through tennis now. And welcome to you, of course. Nice to see you smiling away there in the sunshine. Tennis, I mean, we've got Wimbledon coming up. Your thoughts? Are we going to see new champions? Are we going to see old champions?
It's quite interesting, actually, certainly with regard to old champions, and certainly a return to the circuit of Roger Federer, which didn't quite go to plan for him in Stuttgart this week. Although I don't think he's going to have potentially as much concern as Djokovic will do, because he's obviously got a real issue with regard to both confidence and form. Andy Murray played himself into some form, I suppose, at the French Open, and Wawrinka certainly isn't in a bad place. But I do feel this could potentially be one of the most open tournaments for many years, purely and simply because of the fact that there's enough spikiness, and you've also got some young players such as Zverev and team who are also coming to the fore and have games that will work on grass. So the next couple of weeks in the lead-up will tell us a bit more about, I think, how things will play out at SW19.
And will the Williams sisters hold on to their hold?
There's only one Williams sister this time because Serena is away on maternity leave, and it is an opportunity for a whole new for other players actually to try and get this. But Azarenka might return. Sharapova is not here because she couldn't go through the pre-qualifying. She didn't earn enough points because she didn't play in the French Open. So that is one thing that will inspire a lot of young players. We saw what happened in the French Open with Oscar Pentel coming through to defeat Halep. So again, in the women's game, it's also as open as anything, because normally when Serena is there or Sharapova is there, then it becomes difficult for the other players. They have to tune their game to try and mitigate any problems in the event that they meet these players. But now they will be watching videos of other players, new players. I mean, Kvitova is back, but she's not yet fully fit. So it's difficult to know how this is going to go. It's going to be exciting as well, because Joanna Konta would want to, justify why she is playing for Britain. She's Hungarian, Australian, and then now British. And there are all those problems with Bendene, other players complaining that their players will come from other countries and they take all the sponsorship from the home country.
This is like you were saying about the rugby.
It's similar. It's similar. So Joanna Konta it would be good for her to win, because now she can then justify why she is British #1 and she's playing for Britain and not playing for Australia or Hungary.
And let's look at the men's tennis again. I mean, you got Andy Murray, champion last year. It took him a long time to get that title. Interviewed a couple of days ago, he's saying, I've probably got 2 years left in the game. Is that right? Is he finished?
It would not be surprising to think that with what he's achieved already, the majority of the best of him has been seen. I still don't think he's over the top of the hill as yet, and he may be in a place of managing expectations. With his style of play, with his physicality, with the actual nature of the way in which he plays as well, which can be quite exceptionally sort of cerebral rather than dependent upon the physical, he's a player I'd look at and say he's potentially got another 3 or 4 years at the top if he really fancies it. So it's probably just managing expectations. I don't think he's quite ready to check out.
I quite agree with that. And here is the reason why the Williams sisters have lasted as long as they have, because their father had a strategy. They were told, don't play in all the tournaments, just pace yourself. So they are able to last. And we saw Roger Federer, once he had kids, he reduced the number of tournaments that he played in. He even skipped the French Open. And many players would not actually do that. They will just play everything that comes their way. So the calendar is very busy. If Andy Murray can reduce the number of matches on tour, stay with his family and change his training methods, he will be able to last and go for. Remember Joran Ivanisevic? He came back after all that, was given a wild card, and what did he do? And so the older you are, like Juan, sometimes in tennis, you can come up with surprises.
We're out of time, I'm afraid. Tham and Ernest, thank you so much indeed for your time today. Thank you very much indeed. That's it from this edition of Global Sports Report here on Arise News, coming to you from London. And many thanks to you for watching. Goodbye for now.